The faces of corruption. Few days ago, Okun, an old friend, came to visit me. Mr. Okun is a die-hard supporter of the National Resistance Movement, the government in power today. I know Okun well. He has a temper, and sometimes you have to handle him with care. He is an honest man, and before I even ask him or offer him something to drink, he said, "Listen, my brother, in Uganda of today, with the government in power, if you don't get rich, you'll never again see the color of money. When NRM is gone." Let me tell you something, my brother, Okun said. You in the diaspora want nothing to do with what is happening at home. You are the losers. Look at the very successful anti-corruption work that the president organized. We worked not because we are anti-corruption, just because we are supporters of the government. That is why we went to work. The faces of corruption are ordinary Ugandan. The Bazukulu, the grandchildren of the president, the freedom fighters, members of the armed forces, police and prison. We are the product of a middle-class country, soon to be. We are the product. The president knows who the thieves are, but he does not have enough evidence to arrest them. He would have arrested them already, he said. I just laughed and told Okun that he is daydreaming. He told me, "No, my brother, I'm not daydreaming. Before the National Resistance Movement came to power, I was nothing. I thought I would never build a house, but now I have a house. I thought I would never buy a car, but now I have a car. You see this yellow shirt I'm putting on? Here's my passport to wealth. It is my passport to wealth, my brother. It helped me make money, and I made a lot of money." I just laughed and told Okun that, well, we all have to dream for something. But listen to me, my brother. An old man once told me that there are two types of thieves. The one who is in a small-scale business of stealing ladies' handbag, chicken, picking pockets, stealing watches, gold chain. These are ordinary thieves. And these people, they steal because they have nothing to live on. They don't have a job. They don't have anybody who can give them money or a free ride. That is why you see them stealing. We have the second thieves who are well educated. Those thieves are involved in large-scale business. They include civil servant, professors, politicians, and the bazukulu, the grandchildren of the president. This type of thieves specializes in stealing taxpayers' money. They steal your education. They steal your money that could have helped you shape your future, career, health, even donation from foreign countries. They steal it. This type of thieves are usually protected by the police, by the judiciary system in the country, under the label political thieves. Those are the people the judges usually handle with care. And if they are found guilty of stealing, they serve short-term sentences. And sometimes they ask them to refund 3 or 7 millions, even if you have stolen 50 or 200 millions. They will just tell you, well, now you go to jail for 1 year, for 2 years, and when you come out, you refund 5 million or 7 million. That is enough. My brother, Ayatollah, that is not how we can solve the corruption problem. That is not how we can handle this big problem facing us as Ugandan. He told me, brother, my government is doing everything possible to solve the problem. Let me tell you something, Okonsei. The march against corruption is the best Christmas that the president has given Ugandans, because the anti-corruption work is organized by the faces of corruption, which is our passport, in order to turn Uganda into a middle-class country very soon, he said. You see, there are some ministers who didn't turn up for the work. Let me tell you, brother, they will lose their job in the next reshuffle. He said it with confidence, as if he knows what is going to happen. And he told me that we might also have a new Speaker of Parliament after reshuffle or after the election. He said, brother, we are also going to have some ministers of state in our district, in Acholiland and northern Uganda. We are going to have some ministers of state. I wanted to change the topic and asked how his brother Onyok was doing. He just replied, he's doing fine. And he's also one of us. He's also putting on a yellow shirt, as I told you. But the yellow shirt had been very good to us. My brother and myself. My brother has now built his own house. He has his own car. And he's doing fine, so I couldn't say it. He's doing fine. I know he's not very sharp, but with my help, he can make it. I understand some members of parliament in our home state are already sharpening their teeth for the position of the Minister of State, he said. Some of them have already started celebrating. They are even killing cows for their supporters because they know that they could be one of those ministers, one of those members of parliament to become a state minister. He told me, he said, brother, look, politics is very interesting. We have a group of opposition who call them opposition during daytime, but at night they are yellow. At night they are with us, talking to us about the future of Uganda, lobbying. And that is how the politics is working in that part of our country. I told Okune, I said, that is news for me, that the opposition are playing double games. I said, my brother, that is politics. I told Okune that we are the most corrupt country in Africa. Why do we pretend to be clean when we are not? We are even exporting corruption to neighboring countries. They have already been complaining that Uganda businessmen who are doing business in their country are refusing to pay tax because they have contact within the government there itself that is stopping them from paying tax. When they try to talk to Uganda business to pay their tax, they go to the highest person and then it will be blocked. They've already started complaining. So you see how we are trying to influence other countries with our bad behavior. I told Okun that, my brother, if you want to fight corruption, make sure that those courts and charged with corruption should be put out of business permanently, that they don't come back to work for the government, they don't come back to work for any other organization again, that you make sure that they're banned from doing business in Uganda. Then you'll get rid of corruption. When we don't allow them to carry on as nothing happened, then they will learn something from it. But now, they just do whatever they want. They steal, they come back, they go back and lead your party, They go back and work in the government as civil servants. They work for the president, and some are still reappointed ministers. It is a joke. It is a joke. Believe me, some of those thieves are still working for your party. Some of those thieves are still working for your government. Some of those thieves are running business openly. Let me tell you, my brother, those who created corruption are the ones who are leading anti-corruption work. Let me remind you, my brother, do you still remember the Shogun scandal in 2007? Where 500 billion Ugandan shillings stolen, followed by the global fund scandals, where 95.8 billion stolen. The Temagalo scandal, 11 billion stolen. The ID scandal, 150 billion stolen in 2011. The microfinance, 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒 scandal, 60 billion, gone. The compensation scandal with Assam, 169 billion. Pension scandal, 169 billion, my brother. And then you had the Prime Minister's office, 5 billion, gone, stolen. Tell me, who from the Prime Minister's office has gone to jail for that money? Nobody. Nobody. Then we had the fighter jet scam, 3 trillion. Tell me, did they arrest those people? Did anybody go to jail for that? No. Not that I know, not that you know, Mr. Okun. You may support your president to death, but nobody went to jail for stealing 3 trillion. You have then the Irish and Northern Uganda fund, 14 billions. Followed by the Mbale Soroti Road Fund, 90 billions. The M7 campaign money for 2016, 2.4 trillions. And then you have presidential handshake, 6 billion. Mr. Okun, can you tell me, where has the money gone? You know, Mr. Okun, you're my brother. I can tell you the truth, that you and your people, you and your yellow shirts, are living in a very strange world. And most of the people who worked to support the anti-corruption work are the people who became millionaires, billionaires through corruption. He just looked at me and kept quiet for the first time since he sat down. I said, my brother, you keep on telling me that the president knows the thieves, but he has not enough evidence to arrest them. Let me tell you something. Uganda government have the best capability of investigating anybody in Uganda and arresting anybody who steals government fund, but they're not doing it. Recently, I read how security tracked down armed thugs who were trying to break into somebody's house, and they shot them dead. And here is your president, who is telling us, I know the thieves, but I don't have enough evidence to arrest them. What a joke. You have all the enough evidence to arrest them because you have the capability and the possibilities to arrest them. I hope you'll use your yellow shirt wisely. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe.